Hey, Naomi. Welcome. Lydia, are you here too?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good, 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 good. You're not going to show us your beautiful face?
I am.
There you go. Love it. Looks like you're floating out in outer space. That's fun. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited. I can't even believe I'm looking for my one paper. Oh, here it is. Okay, good. So excited to chat with you all. Glad you're on. We've got 4 minutes till we officially start, but this is gonna be good. Gonna be good. How did your first week go? What'd you guys think of the chapter? Are you scared off yet?
No, it was great.
Oh, good. It's a good book. It's a super short read, super easy. I think it's gonna be one that you guys are really going to love, and one that'll be super helpful for your book, for your business. I've read it, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 times as I've gone through this program, different times, and so that'll be fun. Serena, are you here too? I see your name.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I have to have you on mute because Anastasia is playing with all of her toys.
What time is it there for you in Hawaii?
It is 4 o'clock, so just the start of dinner time.
Just before dinner. That's fun. Well, hopefully she will, love it and love seeing our faces. You can always turn on your camera. Don't be afraid of like mess in the background or kids or whatever. That's what I love about this business is, we're all here. So, okay. So, Lydia, are you in California?
No, I'm in Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay. You're the other side. And Naomi, you're in California, right?
Yeah, I'm in Northern California.
Right. Okay. Nice. So how's your Tennessee weather? Did you guys recover from your cold, weird weather last week?
We did.
Oh, good. I must say, Serena
40s
probably
now, so
Oh, good. Serena probably has the best weather. I don't know, Naomi, you're probably pretty close. But Serena's in Hawaii, so you can't really go wrong with that for sure.
Well, the wind over here is about to knock my banana tree down, so I would rather have snow than the wind.
Oh no, that's crazy. Is it always windy or just today?
Just during the winter time over here. We get wind and more wind during the winter, and then no wind and hot during the summer.
Crazy. Huh. Well, I've never been to Hawaii. I've traveled the world all over with Scentsy, but I've never been to Hawaii. Can you believe it? So
I enjoy it.
What was that?
You should get over here because I definitely recommend it to anybody who can come.
Yes, I would love to. I would love to come. And here comes Michelle. As soon as her audio connects, she's joining in from Australia. Look at this fun little group we already have all over the world tonight. Yeah, it takes a while for audio to connect. Oh, it looks like she's on. Hello, Michelle. Uh-oh, are you muted still? Yep, you're muted. There you are. Oh, still can't hear you. Uh-oh, I still can't hear you, Michelle. It doesn't look like you're muted, but I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear her?
No.
Okay, good. Not just me. All right. And there's Kaylee. Hello. Welcome. And we have about 1 minute, so I'll wait 1 more minute. Okay, here comes Alicia. So this is fun. It's nice to see some people are hopping on. I will keep it short and sweet. The more you learn from me, you'll know I don't really keep anything short and sweet. Anyway, there's just 13 years of things. Hello, Alicia. 13 years of things that I just want to pour into you and tell you all at once. So I have a really hard time and I have to really pull back on the reins. Erin knows by now. She's heard me talk enough that when I get going, I'm just like, okay, I've got to cut it off. So I will keep this to 30 minutes, especially tonight. I have another meeting at 7:30 my time anyway, so in a half an hour. So it'll be quick. But I sure appreciate all of you coming on. And like I said, my favorite part about this whole program is the ability to truly get in with nuts and bolts, with the big vision of what we're trying to do, with some inspiration, but also with how to be a leader, how to make it happen, and the tools to really truly take you to the next level with your business. So I'm excited that you all are here tonight to go over this. And Erin has been on this program with me before, and so has Michelle. So they are our veteran warriors here. So that'll be fun to have some people kind of teaching it with me and backing me up. Okay, and I forgot that when I'm on here, I can't see my, oh, here we go, my Trello board. So I'm starting something new, and can you guys still see me when I do this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see me.
Yes.
You. That's
No.
crazy.
No.
Okay. So
I don't see you now. Oh, there you are.
Okay. Like I said, I'm pulling this up because I made a few notes of what I wanted to go over, just again to keep me on track. Okay, so today we're going to talk about chapter 1, and I loved your takeaways of what you guys are posting. So if you haven't done that, definitely go find the chapter 1 post and comment underneath there what you learned, because again, that's the most important thing out of this is I can tell you something and I can teach you what I'm wanting to tell you, but what you need to learn and what you're going to take away is way more important than anything I could be trying to tell you. So yes. So hopefully you all had a good experience with that and learned a lot. And now we are going to talk a little bit about chapter 1. And she talks about demystifying the big build. And every time I read that, I think it says big bird. I'm like, okay, I need to read that again. The demystifying the big bird. Nope, the big build. So building your team big and kind of having the ability to make big money and to make something that will change your life. Usually, when we talk about changing life, we talk about making money. I do not worship money. I do not think money is the end of all problems. I know plenty of super rich people that are still not happy and not fulfilled in life. However, money does give you options and money does give you power. Then you get to choose what to do with your money. So that's why when we talk about being successful with Scentsy, we generally talk in terms of making more money, because that's kind of the thing that we can control. That's the thing that we can use. So if your why is to pay for a new house, well, you do that with money. If your why is to retire your spouse from working so that they can be at home, that takes money. If your why is to retire and caravan in an RV all over Australia like Michelle, or take these 3-month cruises like Michelle all over the world, those take money. So your why is something that usually isn't money related, because money won't bring happiness, but money is the key to making those things happen. So raise your hand if you could use a little more money.
Me.
Oh, good. Okay, so we're all in this together. Even if you have money, you can never have too much money, because again, money brings options and money brings choices. So even if you have enough that you can get by in your life, there's always more, and there's always the opportunity to do good with your money, or to make your dreams come true, or to help make somebody else's dreams come true. So when we're talking about making big money, I wanted to show you. So Scentsy is what we call a long tail kind of a business. There are other businesses that you probably have friends who join and they're like, oh, I make 50% commission. And you're like, dang, I'm over here making 25 to 30. Or they're like, oh, I made so much money in my first 6 months. And you're like, oh man, that's way more than I made with Scentsy. So I think it's very important to understand our compensation plan. I'm not even going to go over the numbers or the chart or anything, but just the idea of our compensation plan. It is very back end loaded, not front end loaded. So we only make 20% commission as a brand new consultant, and then we can get up to 30% plus bonuses and stuff like that for our own commission. But it's backloaded because the big money really comes as you grow a team and help your own team to grow. Kind of like a manager at Walmart. He can make only so much money if he's working per hour. But once he's the manager and he gets a percentage, yeah, you're smiling at me. Once he or she gets a percentage of their whole store's earnings, then they make a lot more because they're responsible for leading all of those people and making it all run better. So that's the idea behind our Scentsy business. The bigger your Walmart store, the more of the percentage that you get to tap into. And Okay, so my husband and I are kind of nerdy. That's not a surprise. If you know us at all, you'll know we're kind of nerdy and we like numbers and analytics. And to me, it just makes sense. I graduated from college in business, so bear with me. I'm going to try to keep it super low key because I know you don't want to know all the details. And this is probably backwards, but it proves a point. So this is my Scentsy business. This is from 2008 to 2016. So Dave made a new chart for me, but I haven't uploaded it. And this one was printed from a training that I did at SFR a couple years ago. So this is what percentage of my paycheck comes from each source. So just so you can see, just look at the colors. So this blue and the orange is my own personal sales. So this is my first year. So you can see a lot. This is the percentage of my paycheck. So the percentage of my paycheck, 95% of it came from my own sales. Because remember, it's back end loaded. I was growing my team, but I was not super fast out of the gate. And so it took me a little while to grow, and it takes you a little while to become director and star director and superstar director. That's okay, it grows. But just know that you're going for that carrot at the end, because look at how, so see the percentage. This doesn't mean that my paycheck went down. This means that the percentage of my paycheck went down, 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 down until in 2016. Look at this little teeny tiny blue amount. I didn't sell any less this year than I did this year. This is just the percentage of my paycheck went down because more of my paycheck came from things that I wasn't selling. I wasn't in the 1 + 1 = 2. The more I sell, the more I make. That's always true. But I was making way more because look at this purple and this green. The purple is my downline directors. So all of my directors, obviously, as we get higher and higher, you get a percentage of what they make. And then this green was my team. So they were people on my team that hadn't branched out to be their own directors yet. And look at this. That's literally 95% of my paycheck came, as well as my paycheck increased, but that's not even represented on this chart. This is literally just where it came from. This is all my efforts. The more I want to make, the more I had to sell. And there is no way I could sell enough to support my family. My husband lost his job. He was laid off 5 years ago. So there's no way we could support our family off of me selling. I would have to sell millions of dollars. There's no way it would work. So that's what I'm saying is the power in our profession and the demystifying the big build is it is worth it to put time and effort into building your team, developing your team, helping them to grow, because then it helps you, and you're really truly a hope dealer where we get to give others hope that their lives can be better and help support them through making the changes in their life that makes it so that they can tell the same story. And again, money isn't the end, but money helps us get to our dreams. So they have dreams that they want to accomplish that you can help because you're helping them achieve their dreams and their goals. And then it automatically just helps increase yours as well. And this again is the same 2016. And again, I won't take very long, but this is showing actual amounts. There's no amount on the side. So you don't know what these numbers represent, but you can just see visually all of these numbers added up was my paycheck for 2008. All of these numbers added up was my paycheck for 2009. It didn't really go up that much from 2008 to 2009. Again, and everybody's chart looks a little bit different because your Scentsy journey is your Scentsy journey. You could go way faster than me, or maybe you hit some turbulent times and life gets in the way and it takes a little longer. It's okay, because remember, we're in this for the long haul. The carrot is at the end. So just to show, and then 2010, again, all of these added up are about the same. I was making more every year and definitely more from my team, but it wasn't super substantial until look, 2011, it doesn't look like a ton, but it's double what it was in 2008. And then 2012, my directors started really branching off. And then look at this. So again, this is how much I made, all of these added up in 2016 versus this is how much I made, all of these added up in 2008. Again, enough with my nerdy graphs, but just hopefully that can show you, those are my real numbers. That's my real paycheck. And that was from 2016. So if you could see it now as a superstar director and I'm getting paid 3 levels deep, it totally pays to go into this with a long-term mindset, not a slow turtle mindset, but long-term. You can go fast, but just realize this isn't an in and out front-loaded kind of a compensation plan. Your big money, those bigger life-changing numbers, support your family numbers, that only comes as you build a team. Like I said, there is no way you could possibly sell enough to make your big dreams come true. So I want you today to think about what those big dreams are. And if you had your dream paycheck, what would that look like? Would $1,000 a month be enough to change your life? That's huge. Would $10,000 a month be enough to change your life? Would $50,000 a month be enough to change your life? Rihanna and I were just talking about that today, how we're like, hey, baby, I'm going for those $50,000 a month, not a year. So another fun thing to do is take your average paycheck and think about it in your mind, or tell me or whatever. Take your average monthly paycheck with Scentsy. What do you make? Let's just pretend like you make $100. Now multiply that by 12 to get you your average annual income. So that would be $1,200. So 1,200, which again, I remember when we were super poor and I had to pray for God to help me find $10 because I had to pay my phone bill. Like, it's okay. $10 can be a huge, huge, huge difference. And so $1,200, that's nothing to blink about. That is good. That can help pay for diapers. That can help. But if you were to make that same annual amount, now let's say that's your goal per month. So if you were to make that same $1,200 every single month, think about how much more you could be doing with your business. Or if you're making $500 a month with Scentsy and you say, okay, I want to be that 10 would be 10 months. 5,000 would be 50,000 in a year. So, imagine again, if you were making that in 1 month. So take your average that you make every month, multiply it by 12, and then that's your new goal for your big dream big, because it really can happen. And even in this chapter, she talked about how I hadn't really even recognized it before, but she said right on page 14, I think, let me find it. Oh no, on page 12, she said, through our persistence to commitment and personal and professional growth, we were able to establish a system and help others get off to a great start. Remember, we're paid for helping teach others and helping them reach their goals. I was able to retire from teaching so I could pursue my dream of starting a foundation for children. In 4 years, by the age of 29, I became our company's first 6-figure monthly earner. She's not a 6-figure annual earner. She's taking that annual and she's making that every single month. And we've since mentored many 6- and 7-figure annual earners on our trip with company cars, which our company doesn't. You can buy your own car, and luxury trips all over the world, which, not to brag, but let's just have a little eye-opening experience here. Scensy's taken me to Greece. They paid for a trip to Greece for my husband and I. We've been super wined and dined in New York City because I earned the trip for 2 for Dave and I to go to New York City. We've been to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic at the Hard Rock Resort. That is just amazing, all inclusive. When you earn a Scentsy trip and when Scentsy takes you somewhere, literally you can leave your wallet at home. They pay for airfare. They pay for even your luggage to get there. They pay for all of your food. They give you a per diem. They take care of everything. They even pay for excursions. So if a Scentsy trip is ever on your list, that is a super nice perk that they give us that has nothing to do with money, but really truly does help you kind of live a bigger life. Dave and I did not have a honeymoon, and I earned my first trip 4 years in. It took me 4 years. So if you're like, oh, I've been here for forever and I've never earned one, that's okay. Start where you are now and start dreaming big and make the commitment to do what it takes to make that big money and because the same things that it takes to grow your business are the same things that it takes to earn these incentives, because that's what Scentsy's trying to do, is they're trying to reward the behaviors that will build us bigger businesses. So like our brand new incentive that just started yesterday. Yeah, today's the 2nd. It's not a trip because it's the smaller spring summer incentive for us, or autumn winter for you, Michelle. It's our spring summers incentive, so it's smaller. It's a smaller award, but also smaller requirements. If you don't know what that is, so I challenge you all here today, because you're here with me, lucky you. I challenge every single one of you to commit to earning that. Level 3 is not outside of your reach. Michelle, you were commenting on our team page just how easy it is. If you don't know what it takes to do that and earn level 1, 2, or 3, 1, you guys could really do in your sleep. The hardest part for any of this is going to be the recruits. So level 3 is $3,500, but it's cumulative. It's not even in 1 month. It's over 4 months. So that's 875 PRV average every single month. Doable. You guys can do that. So check that one off your mental list and then just get through doing it. Where you guys are going to really have to put your efforts, and where this group will hopefully help you, is the other part of the requirement, which is the 3 who join between now and then and certify, which means they have to sell 1,000 PRV, not in 1 month, but just in that time, so that you can earn that level 3. That's it, guys. That's all you have to do. And we have 4 months to do it. So my insider tip, get those 3 recruits this month. Figure out a way. Let's brainstorm. Let's focus on it. Let's work. Get them on board this month so that they have 4 months to be able to make sure that they certify. And then your recruiting machine will kind of already be started, and then you'll just be able to add to your team and train them and help them, because your team will get bigger and bigger. You'll start with those 3 and you'll be like, oh, this wasn't as bad as I thought. And then so much about recruiting is mindset and belief. And if you believe that you can do it, like she was saying, even in this chapter 1, if you dream it and if you see it, then you can do it. And if you say, I am a good sponsor, I am a recruiter, I can grow my team, and you go into it thinking about those big dreams that we talked about, yours as well as other people's that you meet, they have big dreams too. They just haven't told you about them. You don't know. But underneath, whatever it is, money can help them with their big dreams. And so we have that huge ability to be able to help other people realize their dreams and live a fulfilled life, so that we're not just living day to day or just barely getting by, but we're truly creating a life that we want, a life that's exciting, a life that has everything in it that we want, whether it's providing for our kids, like Erin, that's your why. You know, you want to give them everything that they've ever wanted, every opportunity, and not to spoil them, but again, to not have to say, I can't do that because I can't. You can say, nope, sorry, I'm not going to do that because I'm choosing not to, but you get to make that choice. That's what I love about money, is it gives you choices. It gives you freedom. It gives you options. And then you can choose what you want to include and what you don't. So yeah, I think a lot of times we are afraid to kind of dream big and afraid to put that in motion because we are kind of self-sabotaging. And then we think, oh, is that really going to be me? And is that really going? I remember I had that moment. So in 2009, I'd been a Sensi consultant for about 1.5 years probably. And I went to my second SFR. It was in Salt Lake City. I think I was probably remember guys, I did not do this really fast. I was probably a star consultant. I don't even know. Oh no, because I didn't promote to director until October of 2009, because that's when I had my 4th baby. I had Sadie in October, and that was the month that I promoted to director. So I wasn't even a director. I think I was a star consultant, maybe superstar. Anyway, I was not there yet. And I remember sitting at the big banquet, the big awards ceremony, and seeing all these people getting these big awards. And that year, Sensi did something kind of funny, and they were awarding these, they were giving away cars. Erin, were you there? Were you joined by then? No, not yet. Okay, I couldn't remember.
2 years later.
Okay, dang. It just feels like you've been here with me since forever, because I love having you with me. But so they were giving away keys to cars on stage, and it was this big thing that these consultants had earned, and all these superstar directors were going up in their big fancy moment and their moment to shine. And they had money, they had fame, Sensi consultants aren't super fancy. Look at us, you know what I mean? Some of them were even not, it's not, if you haven't been to SFR, actually, I don't think any of you have been besides Michelle and Erin, huh? None of you have been to SFR yet. Oh, it's so sad we can't do it this year. We were coming your way, huh, Maya? And who else? And Lydia, we were coming your way. We were going to be in your neck of the town and in your neck of the woods, Erin. So hopefully next year they'll bring it back. But anyway, so I remember sitting there at the table, sitting next to my husband and watching these big fancy awards going, and these consultants that were just rolling in the money and getting free cars just because, and earning all the awards, and they just had options. And I remember turning to my husband, Dave, and I said, do you think that'll ever be me? I couldn't see it. I could see that the opportunity was there, and I could see that Sensi was this opportunity. Sensi was this vehicle, but I had to work on the key of building that belief for myself and seeing myself as successful as well. So that's what I want you all to do, is imagine yourself. It's the act as if principle. I love that principle. You act as if you were already confident. You act as if you already were a superstar director. You act as if you already were, I don't know, a runner, whatever it is, you imagine yourself and you see yourself in that position, and then your brain has already created it once, and then you just have to connect the dots to make it happen. So if you have the goal that you want that life-changing money, you really truly have to have the goal of becoming a superstar director. So you start acting as if and leading your team as if you already are one, because you are. You just don't have the title yet. You're just not there. So then you act as if you're a good recruiter. You act as if you're a good sponsor. You act as if you're a good team leader, because you're already doing it. Even if you have a team of one, you can be a superstar director to that one, and then you will start to grow. So, so here's the key to get to superstar director. You just need to find 4 people who want to be director, and then help them promote to director, and then voila, you're a superstar director. I mean, you've got some other volumes and things like that, but if you can find 4 people who want to be a director, and you remember, it's like the Walmart example that I started with, which you can't be hourly and making the big money. The bigger your store is, the better your Walmart store does, the more money you make. So the better you can find your 4 people and help develop them into good leaders and help them be developing towards superstar director themselves as well, that's where your money will come in. And then it will come in and it will come in. I wish I could have shown you. So I just promoted to superstar director this year. If you ever think you are taking too long, it literally took me 12 years. It's all right. It's okay. And like I said, I was making enough as a star director because my downline is awesome and you guys all rock and roll. I was making enough as a star director to eke out a measly existence. It definitely wasn't enough money, and it wasn't tons of money, but it was enough that Dave could be super picky about finding a job, so he could be home with us for all these years. And I think it's just relative, because I probably made as much as lots of dual income households. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for me. But with that graph, I showed you my graph that stopped in 2016. Well, my graph for this year, when I finally hit superstar director, it's fun because it's kind of like this, and then it goes. So if just, spoiler alert, the big money comes when you are an SSD, because again, your team will then be big enough, your influence will then be big enough that you can make it. So again, don't think, oh, I'm going for director. Think I'm going for superstar director, because you don't have to even stop at those levels in between. I've even had friends that promoted directly from director to star director and superstar all in the same month. Like they were already director and they just bypassed star. Or sometimes it can take you a long time. There is no wrong way to do it besides to give up and to quit dreaming and to quit pushing and to quit believing. Like I said, it took me a long time to get here. But it's okay, because it was a beautiful ride in between, and I learned a lot and I grew a lot. And like I said, it was enough for what our family needed at that time. And I'm so thankful that we had it, and that Sensi created a plan that didn't give me 50% at the beginning, because that wouldn't have been enough of a carrot to get me to know that I've got to keep going. I've got to keep going and building it until the end, because that's where the big money is. So hopefully that will help you. Remember to the title of the chapter was Demystifying the Big Build. Big build is where you want to do it. You want to build your team wide, meaning you want to have lots of your own personal recruits, but you also want to have them go deep and help them learn how to do the same thing, selling and sponsoring. A friend of mine, Jen Audette, she has a formula that if you want to be making a doctor or an attorney salary, her formula is sell 2,000 PRV and recruit 2 new people every single month, and then teach them how to do the same. So that's a magic formula. If you do that, and if you go into it with that mindset, instead of even just 200 because I got to be active, or even 500 because I got to be paid at title, if you go into every month thinking, I've got to do 2,000 PRV, I do 2,000 PRV. Remember the act as if principle? You just view yourself, this is what I do. I sell 2,000 a month, and I sponsor 2 new consultants every month, and I help them figure out how to do the same thing. So we're not in the business of just throwing people. We don't get any kind of bonus for just recruiting somebody on board, and we don't get, so there are some direct sale companies that you get a sign-on bonus for just joining somebody's team. Sensi doesn't do that, and I'm super glad. We just get to get paid on them for the rest of their life. Everything that they sell, we get a portion of that, and that's how it can multiply and truly become, something that is life-changing. So okay, I think that's about all of the random little thoughts that I had. Just dream big. There is money in Scentsy. This is the right opportunity. You are here at the right time, and you have everything you need to succeed and to do this. And if you don't believe it, then let's work on some mindset change, because again, what you can see in your mind and feel, you can make happen. And then you will say, oh, I'm a 2,000 a monther. So then you just make it happen. You realize, okay, if I'm about 500 PRV a party, I need to have at least 4 parties. Or if you're like, okay, my parties are kind of half season, you're getting 250 a month, a PRV per party, then okay, now you know that you need to do 8 parties a month. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid to say, I want this, I deserve this, I'm going for this, and go all in and go all out, because we are all here to support each other. This can be a huge vehicle to help you get there, but also it can be something that doesn't really change your life if you don't let it change your life. So the principles are true, and I'm excited that we get to be here learning them together and applying it together and helping support each other. Sorry, my chair is rolling. It's rolling away from me. So we have 4 minutes, because I promised I'd get you out of here right on the half an hour. So thoughts, ideas, questions, takeaways. Let's chat for just a few minutes. What are your thoughts? Are you thinking I'm crazy right about now?
I think this is really good. And I think that, I don't know if you guys, how long everybody's known you, but I listened to Becky when, this is my second run at Scentsy, and I listened to her this time, and she knows what she's talking about. Because if you put it into recruiting, try not to get greedy with the money. That's my most best advice for everybody, is I try to tell myself, flip the party, give that PRV away, even though sometimes we could be like, oh, but I really need this, because you have to think long-term. And I think a lot of people don't. We get sometimes that's why we're in the situation we're in, is because we didn't plan long-term, So you got to change that mindset of plan long-term and think, I'm flipping this, I'm giving this away, but later it'll pay off. And that's kind of, for me, that's what changed to building this team in my business, is because I would give PRV away. I would say, okay, I'm gonna listen to her this time, because when I did it my way in 2011, it didn't work. And then when I came back, I listened to Becky, even though I thought, she's just already up there, I'm never gonna get there. That was my mindset. I'm never gonna get there. She's just speaking from way up here. She probably hasn't had to work in a long time. No, because there's people in our director group that climbed to director in 6 months. Brand new, started last year, and they're already here. And I'm like, it's taken me 2 years. So there are people that fly straight up, and it's not who's been in this business longest. It's just who's working the hardest.
That's
So I mean, it just reiterates everything that I was told in the beginning. And I think if we get that in our head, it helps. I mean, I don't know.
Yep.
That's just
Key
my opinion.
100% is growing your team. If you are just okay, I can only put my effort one place or another, take a recruit over sales any day. Or if you're well, I don't want to recruit this person because she's my best customer, recruit her anyway. You never know what she's going to do with it. But like Brianna was saying, always take a new team member over those sales. And even if you have to flip those parties and give that host the sale and all of that PRV, that's a great way to get them off to, you don't have to, but that's also a great way to be generous and get them off on a good start. So yes, thanks for that reminder, Rihanna. It really is focus on growth. Focus on growth. Focus on growth. If you're going to be here for 20 years, you'll still be a certified consultant no matter how much you sell a month. The only way to grow is to grow your team and help them to do the same. Create a culture of growth.
We're super excited about this group because we're pretty new. I think we're 6 months into it. And our mindset so far has just been okay, let's get the sales, let's get the parties. What has been a success for us so far is just having the online parties, but also we've seen the frustration out of other consultants in groups explaining oh, I went through this lull and it was really hard. And I'm hey, we were there just a minute ago. What's kept us going? But making the mindset switch, we decided that 2021 was going to be our year of building. So we're super excited about this group and helping us keep and turn our mindset towards the team goal, because I really see what you're saying with the aspect of, We actually just gave away PRV for our first time and got our first person, and she almost surpassed us in sales. Like, she did such an amazing job in 2 weeks. And so, but I see like how, you know, giving that to her, yeah, it may have taken a bite from us, but it's building a team, and her getting excited that she did so well in her first month is going to help continue to have her move in the direction that we're wanting to move. So we're super excited that we are kind of young in this, but learning so quickly from you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you guys promoted to lead and almost star last month, meaning it's just up from here. So again, it's kind of like that domino effect. Once you get it in your mind that you can build a team and that that's what you need to do, then you just, you know, you make it happen, and then things can go pretty fast or they can go slow. It's fine. But it's kind of like an airplane. It needs enough energy and momentum to actually get lift off. So you can go slow if you're in the turtle phase of life, that's okay. But just realize, to get enough lift off to really fly, you got to pick up that speed. You got to pick up that momentum. So anyway, okay, you guys are awesome. Thanks for joining in tonight. Here's to another great week. I am a little behind on the tiny teams just because I want them to be perfect. So I will get them to you tomorrow morning. So relax. You don't even have to worry about it. And I will also, since we're over time, I will also post your challenges. It's going to cut me off. It says 3 minutes, so it might even cut me off. But I will tell you, where is this thing? While I have you, I will just tell you your challenges for the week real quick since we're on here. Sorry, I forgot. I hadn't told you yet. Where are we? Challenges. Where did I put it? Looks like it got deleted somehow. Oh, dang. Well, challenge. Sorry, guys. I don't know if that's week 2. All right. Well, it is lost somehow. So I'll tell you guys about it. And like I said, you did your job for today. You tuned in. Great job. And I will post the challenge so you guys can get working on that for tomorrow. But I know that one of them is to update your PWS with your picture if you don't have your face on there. That's why Rihanna joined me and Dave, because she liked their happy smiles. So a picture is worth 1,000 words. Do not have just a bar on there or just a warmer or anything. Get your cute mug on there. They want to know and be connected to you. So update your PWS with your picture and your story if you haven't done that yet. And if you have and you just haven't updated it in a while, it's a good time to look into that, as well as get it on a piece of paper so that we can start next week. We're going to make opportunity packets, like an actual piece of paper that you could mail out. So while you're working on your story, something like this, so that you could put it in like a little opportunity pack. We're going to make these next week, but since you're already updating your story and your picture, that'll help you be a step ahead for next week. So update your PWS, your story, and your picture, and then put it into some kind of Word doc or trifold something so that you could cut it out, put it into recruiting for sure. So, all right, you guys are awesome. And I think the other thing had to do with tiny teams. So anyway, all right. Have a great day. Thanks for joining in. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.